yell like I do in my videos. I yell all the time, for who knows what reason. We usually have a ton of games, because usually this man drives from Florida and brings in his doubles, but because he flew this time, it was up to me to drive down from Dallas and bring some games. So I got a few things, not as much as usual, but we did go out and buy a bunch of candy.
I will say that the quality of these free games is a little better than usual. Like,
these are actually games from my collection that I decided I just would give away because I would never play them. So they're not amazing, but they're definitely better than the crappy wrestling games that you usually bring. Plus, there's Valkyria Profile 2 in a blank case, but it's a good game. And VR, who has a VR?
One guy, that's about right.
I saw 2 people. So one of you will probably win Batman VR. Which, do either of you have it?
Alright.
There you go.
Look how easy it is.
It's actually, it's only like an hour or 2 long because it's like a demo, but the ending is actually pretty mind-bending. Yeah. The ending was like freaky.
If you ever wanted to stand still and pretend you're Batman in your house.
It's fun though, in a weird way. Alright, so usually we kind of plan out a bunch of stuff. We have Katie, we do like a bunch of crazy things. This year it's kind of fallen more on me to plan it, so I'm going to be taking questions from the audience. I am Wood from Beat 'em Ups. I'm hoping a lot of you know that, or else this might be a really boring panel for some of you. Since last time we did this panel, obviously I've blown up quite a lot, and they decided, I say they, to not put my dear friend Scott on the panel.
I noticed that.
I don't know what the thinking was there, because we've literally done this panel together every year.
It's
ever.
the 7th time we've done this panel, and it's usually, I've planned all this stuff out, and I have all these questions for you guys, which I can still ask random questions, and then you guys ask us and just give you things. But I wasn't even sure, like, this was, Wood's panel or not, and then I just wrote it on the side.
So who knows Scottsquatch? I think we're fine. I think we're going to be fine. Scott's a really great friend of mine and has been since, I don't know, the first time I came in, before the first time I came to the States.
Yeah.
You were the first person I ever stayed with.
I brought Wood to America.
You did. You brought me to America and drove me to Retropalooza up from Florida. And I slept on your couch with all your cats.
Yes.
And it was a very interesting experience for me. The entire trip and New Orleans and everything was a really interesting experience.
My house started becoming like this hub for YouTube gaming in Florida, because there's really not, besides me, I don't really know of any other like big YouTube gaming channels, so it's, I'm not a big YouTube gaming channel. But, so yeah, he came and stayed, and other people, Alpha, then was like, hey, I want to come down and stay. And then like Dave from D&D, I'm going to come down and stay. So it's like, I'm the Florida hub for YouTube gaming.
You're a good host. Although, I haven't stayed at your new house, which actually has spare room. We were literally, you, me, and Katie were pretty much sharing a small bunk with like 7 cats.
Yeah.
So,
4.
it was rough. Alright, do any of you have any questions you would like to ask us as of this time? And bear in mind, when you ask a question, you may get games or candies. So, think of those questions. And go.
Red shirt.
No one likes candy. Okay. Did you watch my video on it? Oh, well, yeah, essentially in that video I said that it's my favorite Switch game that was my first party Nintendo. The game is absolutely amazing.
Which game are we talking about?
Octopath Traveler.
Oh, okay.
Breath of the Wild just has to be my favorite because it's Zelda and it's Nintendo, and if I don't say that I feel like I lose credibility, but also because it just really is an amazing game. But just for a first party exclusive game on the Switch, it might be my favorite RPG of all time. JRPG style game of all time, just because it's so enjoyable. And how many of you saw Donkey's review of it? I really feel like he didn't do the game justice at all. He's an amazing guy. He's like really great, he's really funny, and he definitely does know good games, but for whatever reason he didn't like this game, and you can kind of tell through his footage that he only played like the first few characters and didn't really even get through the first chapter at all, because he said things like the characters don't ever interact with each other, and they absolutely do. You just have to get through the first chapter when you have all the characters. And also there's one character who, when she talks to her father, refers to him as Your Excellency, and so he spliced up her saying that like 20 times and made it look like the dialogue in the game was just like the same thing over and over and over and over, but it's just that one part of the game.
I can say working in a game store that it was we sold out of it, and all the stores around us sold out of it.
Yeah.
And then I don't think people realized, you know, at first that, oh, this is going to be a pretty good sleeper hit. And
well, Square Enix apologized for the low stock it entered because they didn't expect it to do so well. And I feel like the game kind of got a bad rap after Donkey's review, which kind of sucks because it's a really amazing game and needs that support on the Switch because it's a very important game.
Is that a question or are you just stretching, Jay? Okay, yes? Jay?
If you guys were stranded on a deserted island.
I told him that I get asked this question every single panel. Continue.
You could only have one game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What game would that be?
And you're just going to leave before you get the answer? The answer to that question is, do I have the console to play it? I always like to say, do I have the console to play it, or am I just taking the game?
Am I looking at the game?
Yeah.
It was something with a big manual then.
Well, I would say maybe an Atari game because, okay, if I take something like Ocarina of Time, and I just because you know, I want to have something with me that I like reminds me of my life, even if I can't play it, eventually, like 10 years down the line, I'm going to look at that game like, I really want to play this game now. But if I take an Atari game, I won't want to play it because they're kind of boring. And the artwork on those games are incredible. So I like have this like artwork with me, and that's my real answer to that game, to that question. Yeah.
I know you've been doing a lot of Switch stuff lately, but
What?
in your opinion, which has a better multiplayer community, ARMS or Splatoon 2, and why?
Splatoon 2 because ARMS is like one player versus one player. I don't know if you can do 2v2 in that game. There's one player versus one player, which doesn't obviously extend to a wider audience of like people coming together and like playing a game together. But also ARMS just really isn't that fun. Like it's okay, and like a lot of people do really enjoy it, but not as much as like a splashing around as like a squid and diving around and you know doing all that crazy stuff. And yeah, we have candy and stuff like that. So
Catch this.
definitely Splatoon. Also, who asked the question earlier? Because you're supposed to get candy. Come get candy, man. Just come get candy.
Here, we're going to
There's
ask.
so much of it up here. I'm gonna start opening all of
I'm
them.
going to ask you guys a question to win a copy of Ultima, the False Prophet on Super Nintendo. So, raise your hand. Name me at least 2 of the 3 Battletoads. Yes. Come on up, buddy. You didn't hear Zitz, Pimple, and Rash are the answers.
I'm not losing my mind over here. She's taking photos, by the way. So it's kind of good.
Question.
You ready? I'm gonna make it rain. Ready? That was good. Okay, anyone else have a yes, sir?
Yeah, I have one for wood.
Yeah.
What would it take for you to pour milk all over yourself again?
I have wood for you. You want to tell everyone your channel, by the way, while you're here?
Oh yeah, subscribe to Stuff We Play.
Stuff We Play on YouTube. He's really underrated. Makes a lot of really great stuff. Drove all the way down from Canada, right?
Flew all the way down.
Flew all the way down.
It means the world to hear you say that.
No, you're welcome, dude. I really appreciate what you do on YouTube. I've seen a lot of your videos that kind of like run off the back of mine as well, and I appreciate what you do there. You add to some of my conversations rather than take some of my conversations, if you know what I mean. I appreciate
I
it.
won't go into that, but yes.
What was your question?
Oh no, I was just making a joke about the milk.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. So those that don't know, you, young man, one that around applause from someone who knows where this is going, in a live stream maybe like a year ago now, a while ago now, give or take, I was kind of like, you know, wasn't eating that well, wasn't really paying rent that well. This man knows that, came into the live stream and said, if I gave you $69 right now, would you go and get milk from your fridge and pour it down your body? I was like, yes, I would. Because the milk I had rebuy for $3 and then I'd have more money for food. So I think that live stream is still up somewhere. Or I took the snippet of it and put it into a video of me standing in my shower, in my underwear, pouring milk down myself. And then I think I showered in the stream to get the milk off too. Yeah, that was an interesting time for me.
It was a hot stream.
It was something I wouldn't do again.
Yeah, that was the AdSense, dude. Not even the Streamlabs. You didn't get all the $69.
No, yeah, I did.
That was for you.
Google took 30% of that, of my body milk. Sounds bad. Any other questions?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are some of the best retro games in your opinion?
Best retro game. You are more the retro man these days. You go first.
Earthworm Jim. I don't feel like, anytime I ever have it, like for sale, I sell video games and shit, it sits there forever. And people will look at it like, oh, Earthworm Jim, but I'm like, it's probably one of the best platformers, awesome art style. That's one I would pimp out more.
Damn it. It was straight to you, man.
You know,
Oh, we're talking like straight NES, Maniac Mansion, obviously the Zeldas. I don't want to say a bunch of Zelda games, but that's my obvious answer. And if I had to pick one GameCube game, I really like Star Fox Adventure. No one else does. I really like it.
Well, follow up with your Earthworm Jim. Which version? Which is your go-to?
Super Nintendo, probably Earthworm Jim 2. I like the Sega Saturn CD ones. I know they did a director's cut version essentially, but those are they're more expensive.
Yeah, those I can see sitting on the shelf for a while.
Yeah, but Earthworm Jim 2 and 1 at like $15, $20. Those are more easy to get into.
Someone who's asked a question and hasn't got handy. Someone get some handy, Lisa. I don't want to throw it all the way back there.
Okay, let's give away. I don't want to give away Sims 3.
Wait, who wants a Sims 3 expansion pack? So you need to actually have the game.
It's the late night one
Take whatever you want.
where it's just a bunch of people in hot tubs and making
Someone
out.
want it? Oh, you gotta ask a question, or you both, whoever has the better question can get the game. On the spot. You go first. Okay. In the lead right now.
Ask a question.
What kind of question would win me Sims 3?
That kind of question. Come get it. Oh, it's empty. To win a different game, do you have a question now?
Yes. Let's talk about Smash.
It's not really a question, but we can talk about it.
What type of third-party characters do you see coming to Smash Ultimate?
Third-party characters. I think what everyone really wants at this point is Shovel Knight, which I think would be an amazing choice because he just fits in perfectly. We already have Snake coming back. What third-party character would you like to see?
In Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
Well, there was another really good rumored ones, but
Someone said Zero. That's a good one.
yeah. Chris Redfield.
Shantae, yeah. From like Marvel vs. Capcom games.
Yeah, just bring him right out of Marvel.
Same character model.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for Smash. I'm really excited to see. There's a lot of rumors going around right now about a direct in the next couple weeks or in the next month or so. And there's supposed to be some announcements for other characters, and I think Dixie Kong was one of them. And I can't remember what the other one was right now, but there's there's someone, I don't know why all these rumors come out in 4chan of all places, but there's someone that has released rumors about Nintendo stuff before and they've been right, and they released these rumors that there's a direct coming and there's going to be Dixie Kong and some other characters announced, so that looks very likely.
Do you ever think when those rumors are leaked like that this one dude, and he gets the information right because he works there or something, and then he's fired and then someone else has to take the shitty place of the leaker?
I don't know, there was some guy that, it was the E3 before, it was the direct before E3, he released the entire direct. I'm like, how do you know and how are you getting away with it?
Yeah.
Because surely it's such a tight group of people that know this stuff. When I went to the Nintendo World of America store in Seattle, they actually had a room, and they said to us, no one's allowed in that room other than Reggie and the people that come to talk to Reggie about private stuff.
Yeah.
And this stuff like directs. So it's almost like someone like Reggie. So imagine Reggie after a meeting immediately getting on 4chan and being like, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. Because that's the level of person that's doing it.
You ever think that they might sometimes purposely leak some stuff
Maybe.
just to build,
I mean, and maybe purposely leak a bunch of fake stuff to get to sort of maybe test the ground. If we leak this, what do people have to say about it?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, come get a game, by the way. Thanks for the question. That was a good conversation. You can pick any game you want.
I'm gonna film a little thing real quick. I want, for the panel. So hold on. Hey everyone, this is our panel at Retropalooza 2018. Make some friggin' noise.
Hey, let me do one. Candy explosion. That's all to one guy. Thanks for joining the panel here. I'm filling out some seats. Ain't many seats left. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for sticking
We're
around.
super fans.
Yeah, I wonder if you guys are going to rock up. They usually ask 20 questions about pranks. They like to know about pranks. So I expect one of them. Yes, stuff we play.
Alright, so what pranks have you had in there this year?
You just stole the kids' clothes.
That's you just from a child, really.
I don't know hard.
There hasn't really been any pranks this year. I actually thought of a really cool prank last night to pull on Eric, and then I forgot what it was because I was really tired when I thought of it. Damn it, it was a really good one too. No pranks. We usually don't pull pranks on each other.
What was the prank on?
Oh.
Wait,
Good thing I didn't say the prank, huh? It was a good one, though. Do you want to come up here?
Just for a minute.
Okay.
you gonna tell us a story? While it's coming up, the prank-wise, too many games on this year, but last year we poured every 2-liter of soda and every drink that was in the refrigerator on Dave from D-Dave as he tried to take a shower. So every like 2 minutes, he'd just dump another 2 liters. He's like, come on! She up to again.
How's your day going, man? You just sat up and ate some candy, didn't you? You're supposed to be on keto.
Keto was fucked last night.
Because you had that ice cream. We went out to play mini golf and laser tag, and I bought everyone ice cream except Eric because I knew he was on keto and shouldn't be eating ice cream.
If you don't know.
And he got so upset, he was like, oh, I want ice cream. So I offered to buy him some, but he said no and went and bought his own. And since that ice cream entered his mouth hole, he's been eating nothing but shit.
Okay, what is inside oh wait, we have, I found the answer. There was like orange chunks in my Reese's peanut butter cup.
No, it's the bottom of the cup that gets pulled. Have you never eaten it?
No, these are.
Oh, right. Those are my favorite ones, honestly. We had a question in the back there earlier.
Are you still using any of the Switch accessories that your girlfriend gave you?
That's a good question, thank you. Honestly, I didn't use any of them, and I told her I wasn't going to. I'm like, these are kind of terrible. But then I was playing Fortnite in bed, surprise, with Sean, and I kept dying. And I was like, I really wish I could use the Pro Controller right now and not the little like toggles. So she was sat in the computer room too, and I tried to do it so subtly because I almost didn't want her to know I was doing it. And I went behind her and I grabbed the little neck brace thing that she gave me, and I tried to sneak into my bedroom, and I like was sitting there playing it like right here in my face with the Pro Controller, getting a bunch of kills. And I just, after a little while, she walked in and she goes, "Really? You're not going to use them?" So yeah, we used that one. But thanks for that question. I appreciate it. We're actually working on another one. She went out and bought a ton more stuff. So that video did really well, and if you watched it, thank you, because she had a lot of fun doing that one. That hand's been up at the back.
Hey, as Switch owners, have you guys attempted to try to get an external hard drive to see if maybe it works kind of like the Xbox and the PS4 does?
No, does it work? Is that a thing?
As far as I know, I don't think it
I don't think it works. You know what works though that's kind of crazy is if you have like a headset with like you play games or whatever with like a voice thing on it. On games like Fortnite that actually support headsets, if you plug it into the USB on the dock, it actually works. It's like your voice will go through and everything, you get the sound. It's crazy. And if you just have like the jack, even when it's docked, you can put the jack into the top, and it works that way too, as long as you're sitting near your dock. So that's kind of cool.
Let's give away Link.
Okay.
So, question, Zelda-related question. What year? You know the answer already? I didn't answer the question.
Just see what a question is. We'll give it to them. The best prank I've pulled on Billy.
Making Billy turn into you. Over time.
I think it's kind of just merged in both directions, and you unify it as one separate, like the same being. I don't know about best prank. I know we always try and get each other with the jokes where you like say a word like ligma, and then you try and like turn it into something else. We do that all the time to try and get each other. The best one's Wendy's. If you can get him with Wendy's, go up to Billy at some point and just ask him if he's had Wendy's.
What about when you tried to jump on me last year and you were trying to wrestle me naked?
What?
Remember Eric the Cute asked this question.
You think I tried to jump on you naked?
I was laying down playing Switch, minding my business.
Okay.
And then a naked wood just started trying to grapple me, so I shoved him off. And then I stripped and went back into the fracas. We both like Olympic style wrestled.
I won. Whose question is next?
Well, so I have a question for you guys then. What year did Legend of Zelda on NES come out? Red. Yes, sir.
Well,
This is a primo like Nintendo brand. Link too. There you go. Not a knockoff.
Do we have any other questions from you guys?
Camera.
Yeah, right at the back, cameraman.
Have any of y'all played the Shadow of the Colossus remake from the beginning of the year?
Wait, what was the last part of that?
From the beginning of the year, the new Shadow of the Colossus remake.
I've played all three from PS2, PS3,
Yeah.
PS4, and it's definitely the most polished. It's the exact same game. That's
Yeah, of course.
But it's friggin' beautiful.
What about you, Seth?
I haven't played it.
It's still sealed for me, sadly. I keep meaning to get around to it. There's so many games.
It's so beautiful though.
I know. I want to get around to it eventually. For me, it's like, because I'm so dived into the Switch area right now, it's like any eShop game I can get, any game that comes out. Like I saw that Adventure Time game, I'm like, I've got to try that. So my backlog's getting bigger and bigger.
I love looking at the comparison shot, like when you take all three and put them together and just how, I mean, like taking the same game and just, you know, adding some restraints like hair.
I have a question about that. Like, when did it first come out?
PS2.
Like, okay, so
2003?
2 or 3, yeah, somewhere around
how
there.
come it's had so many like remakes already?
It's like
People
They
love
poured
it.
it to the
most talked
PS3.
about, like art games of all time. So
Who wants to come and get
Adam
candy?
Sandler loves that game.
Did you need candy?
I mean,
Are you
probably.
on keto?
Come get some candy.
No, thank you for keto.
Hey, all the kids, come get some candy. Legit. We need to get this out of here.
Yell
Well,
loud.
come get some candy then.
You have a question?
Yeah.
What do y'all think about the Resident Evil 2 remake?
The Resident Evil 2 remake, I think it looks a lot better than what I thought it was going to look like. I was always excited for it because Resident Evil 2 is the one that I haven't finished or barely played.
You need to play it.
Yeah, well, for me, it's like I didn't want to bother because the new remake was coming out. And now I'm happy it looks good.
My favorite version of any Resident Evil ever was the remake on GameCube of the first. So to see basically that happening with added stuff and a different story, and they're not necessarily going to be able to do the whole thing they did on PS2 or PS1 where you can play as the whole game as Leon, the whole game as Claire, but they're still going to try to figure it out. The bomb's going off. Oh, that was Eric.
I was Eric leaving. All that candy you just did. Come on.
Yes.
So the rumors that Nintendo is looking into a second console as a dedicated handheld instead of hybrid where the Switch is concerned. So as the rumors around that, do you think that there is possibly a second console being developed, or is that a misdirected statement?
Let me first, just like real quick, you'll have more detail on that than I would. I think that would be stupid because they had 3DS, 2DS, XL, new, blah, blah, blah. They already still have one that's out. So anyway.
I made a video recently about the Switch Mini, which is where I dived into all of that because the rumors flying around lately is, I can't remember who said it, but someone said they were considering or working on a sequel or a successor to the 3DS, which makes no sense, and I went into this in like much longer detail, but essentially they said they were going to discontinue support of the 3DS, which told everyone, okay, the hybrid system, which is the Switch, is the new system, and that got a bunch of people over buying the system, supporting the system. For them to then say, hey, I'm not going to make a sequel, it's kind of like, well, you kind of just screwed everyone on that. And what are you going to do? You're going to put Pokemon games on that as well, and then you're going to have people buying Pokemon games on both systems. You're going to split your audience, the people that wanted to switch for a portable side of things that don't need it anymore. So I think a successor to the 3DS, the only thing that really makes sense is a Switch Mini, which it would be really cool if it was just one unit. It doesn't have all the detachable stuff. It's like $100 or $100 cheaper, and it utilizes cloud saves to the point where if you take your Octopath Traveler out of your main Switch and stick it straight into your Switch Mini, you can continue your save right where you left off. So if you're leaving the house, you just put your pocket version in your pocket. So and that makes sense to me more than, oh, here's a 4DS and start buying new games for it. So.
We're going to give them, oh, sorry, more?
No, I was just saying, just to wrap that up, do you think possibly the Switch Mini or whatever it is has some sort of backwards compatibility with the DS and the DS cartridges, like an extra slot or an add-on?
That would be a good idea.
It would be a good idea. I don't know if they would do it though because Nintendo has been moving away from that kind of stuff a lot lately and kind of favoring, for a while, a virtual console, but now they seem to be moving away from that too. So I think they want to focus on selling their new games and kind of, because the Wii U had all these really great games, but no one bought them because it had a really great virtual console. So I think they're kind of changing their mindset.
All right, let's give away Wild Snake on the Super Nintendo. Whoever can guess what color underwear Wood is wearing right now. Not out loud. Back, yes.
Green.
Nope.
No.
Blue.
Nope.
No.
Purple.
Nope.
No.
Nothing.
Nope.
Brown.
Keep going.
Yellow.
Black.
Nope.
Polka dot.
Black. White.
Snake skin.
White. I said black.
Now it's just a wave of colors.
Whatever it is, have a wild snake?
Yes! That's the correct answer.
It's not the correct answer. It's actually the color of that cartridge. You kind of threw them off because it's gray.
Yes, it
It's
is.
not really even a color.
So,
Does that mean he wins the game?
so you, here, come here. Come get it.
Dad, you're giving that to me, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's in the same house. Any more questions from you guys? Yeah.
How do you see the market in China when they start producing more games for that? Do you think Microsoft's going to work with Nintendo trying to make their own version of the console, or do you think it's just going to be just Nintendo Switch?
Honestly, I have no idea on that subject. Yeah, I don't even know how to begin on that. It's not something I've really ever looked into. What do you think, sir? Yeah. No,
I'm only confused by the question. It was something. What was it? Microsoft helping Nintendo?
So Nintendo and Microsoft has been having a good relationship.
Okay.
With Fortnite, and they've got talks.
Gotcha.
Xbox doesn't sell well in Japan,
Okay.
and since China is a new market, they could be trying to work with them to try to push a new console, or just say, screw it, we're just going to do Switch for the China market.
I mean, I guess if I had an opinion on that, I think at this point, like what you're saying, there's less and less reasons not to do those kind of things. So why not? And maybe that country, just license out certain things for them, to use or sell them basically there, since they're not even selling them themselves. So.
Yeah.
Behind you.
I would say why not, because when they made the Dreamcast, Microsoft helped them out with the Dreamcast, and now Nintendo, who owns Sega, well, they did put something like Sega.
I don't think Nintendo owns Sega.
No.
They own the bottom or something.
They have a lot. They publish a lot of their games in the system,
I'm
but
saying through that friendship, wouldn't be like our next part 2 of Dreamcast 2 almost?
I don't think there's really even much of a friendship there. I think Sega at this point just makes games, not systems. So they need someone to put their games. And they put their games on all systems, like Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox. Yeah, the back.
I can just add one more thing. That you got to remember the Chinese market with all the knockoff systems.
Oh yeah.
These are huge there, and the legality, trying to get stuff in there regulated, it would be senseless to try to get into the Chinese market.
There's too much fake stuff.
Yeah, there's no money in it. At least there would be so much knockoffs. As I'm saying, I'm disagreeing with both of what they have to say on that. The Chinese market's not something you go to tackle after. I mean,
So
as far
no
as
to China.
from a console.
No China.
Yeah,
Not made in China.
serious trade tactic talk here.
Yeah.
Let's give away pinball game. Literally pinball on the Super Nintendo. Whoever can come up here first and grab it gets it.
Wow, we create chaos. Just dodge that kid on your way back to your seat. Does anyone have a question who hasn't asked a question already? Yeah, you way in the back.
I asked Eric this question at his panel, but I want to know your guys' opinion.
Okay.
Between Sega and Square Enix, who do you believe makes a better video game?
Sega and Square Enix?
Yeah. It's such a different.
Yeah, so I think that comes down to preference. But.
If you go deep, doesn't Sega own Atlas now? So technically they have a bunch of RPGs.
Right.
So, I'm still going to go with Square Enix.
Yeah.
They kind of had a fallen down period like 10 years ago where they really weren't, but they've been doing pretty damn well now. So
They still make some questionable choices on their video games, but overall.
they make questionable announcements, and then 10 years go by, and they finally, figure out what's going on.
A lot of their RPGs, like the ones like Lost Sphere that are coming out, kind of just aren't in the market anymore. I feel like they're just kind of like, they think they're untouchable at this point in RPGs, and they might need to work on them a bit more, but...
Yeah, well, also Square Enix publishes tons of stuff, like Tomb Raider. So,
Right.
They own they get money from it, they don't make it, but,
Any questions? Any fun questions? I feel like your question would be fun, young lady.
Has there ever been anybody that tried to,
Full
let's
brain.
say they were better than you, and you proved them wrong, but kind of gave them like, oh man, did you just said they were right? So they really had to suffer.
So basically, have you ever been wrong about something and then had to say, hey, I'm sorry?
Well, wrong about them being better than me.
Oh, just better.
Or them being bad. I mean, if I can take the question seriously, I guess as my channel has blown up, a lot of people snubbed me in the past, suddenly, randomly, shooting me messages to like get into videos and stuff like that. So I guess in that sense, yeah, that's the first thing I thought of, is there's quite a few people that just wouldn't even want to talk to me. And people that I know have said they don't like me in the past, and now suddenly they're like, hey, can we work on a video together?
It can be as interesting, like, attempting, like, reaching out to people or other channels, and then getting excuses or reasons why, and then, like you're saying, and like, over time, now I'm not doing as well anymore, so, yeah, let's do something. It's like,
I mean, that's not me thinking I'm better than anyone, but that's the first thing I thought of as far as people thinking that. There's actually someone that, as soon as you said, well, you're better than me, I was like, this person, and that person's a YouTuber. I'm not going to name that person, but yeah, similar thing happened with that.
It wasn't me?
No, I wasn't you. Does anyone have any questions that I can answer? Yeah, in the back.
I used to play Fight Night a lot back in the day.
Fight Night?
Yeah, the boxing match. Boxing game. Do you know if any are for like PS4 or why they stopped making those at all?
So the people that made Fight Night are the UFC team basically now. So if UFC started to sell that, then maybe, but UFC sold better than Fight Night games, so that's why you don't see Fight Night anymore.
Do you want candy?
Yeah, you do want candy.
You gotta come get some.
I'll go get
some. If you answer a question or you give a question, just automatically get candy after you play. I don't have to keep saying get candy. Sorry. If you missed out on candy, get candy. Speaking of, I guess, Fight Night, a lot of rumors going around lately. I don't know if I'm making this up, but I swear I've heard this. Is that a new Punch-Out games being made for the Switch?
That would make sense.
Which makes a heck of a lot of sense. So, for you Punch-Out fans, I imagine it playing similarly to ARMS, but obviously Punch-Out.
All right, whoever can sing Aaron the Game Wizard's theme song first gets Wizard. You in the back.
Video game wizard. We buy, we sell, we trade. Woo!
There you go.
He more than deserves the game at this point.
Wizardry 5 on Super Nintendo for that. So there you go.
Any more questions? Anyone have like a burning question they've always wanted to ask? What's your question that's not that important?
So when you guys are at home and you want to play Super Nintendo, what's your setup? Like, you have Super Nintendo hooked up, and like, is it hooked up to like an old TV, new TV, upscaler, or do you use like an emulator?
For Nintendo and Super Nintendo, I have like one of those retro duos, like just the two of those, but it broke while pulling out an NES card because I don't like reproduction systems for that reason. They last for like a year and then they're too tight. But now it's the only thing I play Super on, that's the only part that's working.
I left my Super Nintendo in Australia, which actually, after 3 years of leaving all my stuff in Australia, it hit New Orleans like 2 days ago. So I have my collection shipped over, and I can go pick it up next week.
You literally got a vehicle basically to go.
I bought a truck just so I could go pick up my stuff.
Because the cost of renting a U-Haul, if you've never done that, to drive like cross country is thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it was like half the cost it was going to cost me to just buy a truck. And I have to move house soon anyway, so I figured it was worth it. But yeah, more stuff than I currently have in my collection just got shipped over to add to my collection. So that should be...
I love that experience of like packing away stuff for 2 years,
yeah.
3 years.
It's like a huge time capsule of video games.
Oh my god,
I don't remember what's in there. I remember Earthbound. And like, because I gave it to a company to like package for me, they had to itemize it because it's part of the shipping situation. So I was looking at the list they made. It was like 300 box Genesis games, 150 loose Genesis games, 150 Xbox games. Like,
I'm sorry, they just like, games.
No, it was like 200 Nintendo games. It was just like that, and I'm reading it like, wow, I have a lot of stuff. Any more questions? Yeah.
As collectors, what is a game that still you haven't gotten?
I honestly, all the ones I wanted, I mean, I've been collecting like 5 or 6 years now, and I never really had expensive tastes. I think the ones that I wanted that were really expensive were Earthbound and Chrono Trigger, and I bought Chrono Trigger about like a year ago. So I think I pretty much got everything. I mean, I think this random like Alfred the Chicken on Super Nintendo I still don't have. I know, I just haven't got around to picking it up yet.
Let's give away a Toon Link. You asked the question.
Oh, can I, oh, jeez. What question should I ask? Oh, jeez.
About
what do you want to see in the next Direct from Nintendo? Oh, there's a lot. I don't think you've asked anything yet, have you? Maybe you have. Just you in the white fancy shirt. Yeah, you have.
what was the question?
He just really wants that link.
The next Nintendo Direct, what would you like to see?
I want to see Rex from Xenoblade announced for Smash. I love Xenoblade, and I am so
sorry to hear that.
He hasn't been announced.
Why are you sorry to hear that? You don't like the first Xenoblade Chronicles?
No, the first one's good. It's just the new one kind of tainted the whole series for me.
I never played the first one, so I was like a newcomer playing.
The first one's good. The one on Wii U is really good too.
Okay.
Come get your little Toon Link.
Yes! A character of Rex with Pyra as like a dual character. Remember how Zelda used to have Sheik as like a dual character? I think Rex and Pyra would be really cool together for a character. Am I wrong?
I suck at Smash, so
Oh.
yes, you are. You're wrong.
Yeah. Oh, fun one, nice. Yeah.
That would be more of a his answer.
No, neither of us drink. Why'd there be more of my answer?
You've drank more
I
recently.
haven't drank in years.
Really?
Yeah.
2 years.
Maybe.
I haven't drank in like 15 years.
Okay.
Okay.
In my life, I've been drunk twice, maybe 3 times. And all of those times, I was at parties talking to girls. Not to sound full of myself, but I didn't go home. I wasn't at home getting shit-faced playing games. I was at parties. So.
I would say something incredibly simple, or, you know, or maybe Call of Duty.
I wouldn't want to play a game drunk. That sounds horrible. Like all these flashing colors in your face.
That's ecstasy that you want.
No, like.
My question is red.
Reds, but yeah, those are drug-based games. That could be a whole thing for the channel.
Start a new channel, games to play while on crack cocaine. Yeah.
Would you never been rock band party if Joe and drink there? Because that's really challenging after the end of the night.
I mean, again, my friends from high school don't drink. Like, I was in a group of like 13 friends and none of them drink. I was the only one that drank socially, and I drink like cider sometimes.
Yeah, high school.
Yeah, so I mean, I grew up with those high school friends, and we just never really got into the drinking scene. I never really super liked it. I think when I came to the States the first time, I was just having a good time, and I drank quite a lot and had fun with friends, but I really only got drunk like one time in that whole trip. Like, I never like got drunk. I hate getting drunk. I hate having that feeling of like not having control over your own actions. Like, I always feel like, what would happen if like my girlfriend or my fiance called me, she's like, something's happening, get home now, and I'm like drunk. I'm like, that's just a scary feeling for me.
With my job working in the music industry, everyone thinks that, oh yeah, I definitely have to drink and do
You hang out with the band Korn and like after parties and stuff. And
But that's why I have that job. If I did those things, I wouldn't probably be able to.
Really?
People in the music industry that do a lot of drugs, they don't keep jobs very long. So there's not very many super partiers that work for.
I didn't mean to go on a whole straight edge rant, by the way, but. Alright, did you want some candy?
No, I grabbed a bag and I took one and I shared it.
Oh, that's so nice of you. Why don't you share more? Because there's still a ton up here. No, yeah, go get more candy.
Yeah. Yep.
I've always been interested, like, certain YouTubers, I guess, but is there any weird fan interactions you guys ever had?
Oh, I got a good one.
You go.
I got 2, both short ones.
Wally?
One time, so I set up and filmed a show from a flea market in Florida. So I'm kind of a weird YouTuber where you can literally come find me almost every single weekend. And a guy was from Europe visiting Orlando, which is like 2 hours away from where I'm at. Flew from Europe, drove from Orlando down, came up to the booth, handed me a card that said hi, and turned around and walked away.
What?
And never said anything else, never saw him again, never heard from him again, just like, hi. But he said, I'm going to come from here. I'm thinking, oh, he's going to come, hang out for the day, we'll go to lunch or something. That was it. That was a weird one. The other one was a guy made a mask of my face, and then made videos like talking like me.
I can't even top that. The weirdest one I had was still, and if this was you, sorry to tell the story, but it was the first ever Retropalooza I went to. Some guy came up with a game. I won't say what game because I'm singling him out even more. Handed me the game, and this is like a full-grown man, like 48, big beard, and then planted a big wet cheek on my face. Big wet kiss on my cheek is what I tried to say there. And I think it was just gross, really. It was like a wet kiss from a grown man on my face that I didn't know. And it was like immediate. It was like
Was it European?
Yeah, I'm sure. How immediate this was. Like, and he was like running down the hall too. So he's like running towards me. He's like, I got this game for you. And then
Is that how you kiss? You sniff in?
I didn't want to actually like, you know, get wet, but yeah, it was the weirdest one for me.
Was the game at least better than Wheel of Fortune on the NES?
Nope.
Oh.
Anyone else have the question? A few, yeah. Let's get through these.
I heard you say Call of Duty. Do you play that? And if you do, what console do you think there's better players on?
I know you don't play Call of Duty. I actually was a weird person that I liked all the Call of Duty stuff that the Call of Duty fans don't. I like the sci-fi stuff, so I'm playing it for maybe the story mode of like zombies or outer space or whatever. But what console would have the better audience?
Well, have you ever played online before?
Oh yeah, just the story mode.
Oh, okay, alright.
I'm a minority.
Yeah, more questions. There was a bunch back there. Yeah, you behind the blue shirt.
Going off of your question earlier about stuff you like to see in like the next direct, are any of y'all excited for Metroid Prime 4 gameplay?
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely. I couldn't be more excited. That's one of my most anticipated games right now.
I mean, literally they just need to not copy like story or anything, but they just need to go back and copy what they did with the first two.
They have to.
Yeah.
It's going to be the old school Prime game, but like new and improved. I'm really excited. I don't understand why they did away with it. I mean, like, it could have been their Halo. It could have been Nintendo's first-person shooter of choice. Like, it's really the only one they've ever had that was popular.
All did well.
Yeah. I don't understand why they threw that. Their only first-person shooter. The only other first-person, first-party shooter, first-person, first-party. I said that right. Was Geist, I think, on GameCube.
Yeah.
And that was it.
They had, well, then there was like Conduit on the Wii.
Yeah. I don't understand.
And another next question gets this Legend of Zelda sealed DVD. You. Yes. Yeah.
8-bit Eric, sure.
Yeah.
Hey, how'd you, did you throw away or did you keep the Zelda t-shirt and the belt loops? Or the, sword?
I definitely still have it. You can probably see the belt and the entire belt in the back of my collection during my videos on my Nintendo stuff. And then the Zelda shirt, it was kind of like the Breath of the Wild one.
And it had the cap that didn't really...
Oh, no, I still have that. Yeah, it's in Kim's closet right now because I didn't have room for it in my closet. But yeah, absolutely. I don't throw anything away that I'm given. I hold on to it like a hoarder.
I don't know if you guys like that guy just came in with, I forgot about candy.
Yeah, I used to use that at the Renaissance.
Oh, really? Did you send it to me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm glad you didn't say, yeah, I threw that shit
No,
in the
I
garbage.
straight away. I mean, a lot of staples in it.
Yeah, I used to put it.
Kind of scratchy a little bit. Yeah.
No, you use the gray shirt under it.
All right.
Which Zelda game deserves an HD re-release?
Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
I mean, they reworked the other games and made them a little better, made it a little faster in places, added some things. There's no reason you can't make that game a little better and
You know
tighten
what?
it.
Wouldn't it be great if they would actually remake like Link to the Past or something? Like not just HD version of it or whatever, but like remake one of the old original ones in current day graphics.
I mean, wouldn't that kind of just end up feeling like Breath of the Wild, though?
Well, no, Breath of the Wild though was not like Link to the Past.
Why not, wasn't it?
It was open world.
Yeah, but so was Link to the Past, kind of. I'm saying if you take a game like Link to the Past and you put it into current game, it's going to end up feeling like Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
A little bit.
Or unless you do like a Secret of Mana kind of remake with it, but don't make it look like crap.
Yeah. Or Resident Evil 2.
Make it like a story-driven game.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Next, Blue.
Which game should you think should be remastered?
What?
Which game do you think should be remastered?
Oh, Link to the Past, no. I mean, since Silent Hill is basically just a dead thing, remaster them like the first Silent Hill. They did a bad job with 2 on PS3 and Xbox 360, but the first Silent Hill could be an awesome remaster. It's one of the best horror games of all time, but it looks like blocks and, cube monsters and stuff, so
Honestly, it's kind of a boring answer, but I never really cared all that much about remasters. Like, if one comes out that looks great, like the Shadow Colossus game, it's like, sure, I'll play that, but I'd rather just get a new game than get a remaster, unless the remaster looks really good. I like retro games, I like them the way they are. Maybe
I don't like any of that Candy Gross.
Maniac Mansion, if that got like a HD thing, would be interesting.
Which game?
Maniac Mansion.
Maniac Mansion.
Would be interesting. Anyone? Yeah. Pardon me. Okay. I would be very surprised.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not just a sheet game, but I've thought for the last few years that it would be very smart for them to put out a Zelda game. Well, like, even if it was like a counterpart to an actual full Legend of Zelda came out, like what was she doing during these parts as you're playing as Link?
As far as like making a game with a female protagonist to do it, which is like an awesome thing to do, they do have the Prime series coming back, which is obviously their strongest female character, which is freaking badass character. So I don't think they need to do another one for that reason, but having a game with this new Zelda that we got in Breath of the Wild does make a lot of sense, because she was actually a really awesome character, and I would like to know a little bit more about her, but I wouldn't know how exactly they would handle it, because it would be kind of weird if it was like Breath of the Wild. So maybe like I don't know how they would do that, but it would be interesting, because I really liked her character a lot.
What if that section was handled by Telltale Games?
I don't know if I'd want Telltale and Zelda blending together.
But, you know, they did it with Batman and...
Yeah, but they also did it with Jurassic Park and Game of Thrones. So...
Was the Back to the Future one any good?
It was average. It was cool because it was Back to the Future, but it's kind of boring.
We're going to give away this game, Wheel of Fortune. I know it's, whatever. But all you have to tell me is, so in Wheel of Fortune you have, like the letters on the board. On the game cartridge on the cover, what does it say on those letters?
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah! Got it. I love when games have to say the name 3 times on the Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah.
Do you have any more questions? Anyone wanted to ask questions since the beginning and I haven't managed to get to them? Yeah. I think Nintendo can handle it the right way. I think if they did the next Breath of the Wild game and they gave him some voice parts, I think I would be open to it and I would be, willing to accept it. I think if they gave him heavy dialogue, it would be weird. But I mean, if it's something they feel like they want to move in that direction, then I'll give it a shot, because Breath of the Wild was completely different and amazing. So I trust him. And if it sucks, I won't do it again. So.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're so many decades into it, I would just say, just keep it the way it is.
Yeah, but if they're gonna do it, I'll have faith. But I don't think they will.
Well, it's not a question, but this is for Wood. It's just a suggestion.
Yeah. I just changed my channel, stop doing Scotch videos, look at the quick titles, stop ranting for 10 minutes to hit the 10-minute mark.
Later on, hopefully this year, they're going to release the remastered of Dark Souls. And I was wondering, are you going to play it? I really would love for you to do a live play on it.
I think if I was going to do anything, it would be a live, just so people can laugh at how bad I am. I played Bloodborne, which I know is different. But I played that at Super Derek's house, so there's no Super Derek. He made me play it, and it's just very frustrating.
Wood is
not fun.
Knowing Wood, he doesn't have that kind of patience with certain things.
It's not just that. I like hard and challenging games. Like I tried to finish Fury. Played Fury? I tried to finish that on the hardest difficulty setting, and I had a lot of fun with it. But it's just the slow and clunkiness of Dark Souls that I just can't. It's just so frustrating.
I love those games and can get through them for the monsters and the creatures and just the arts. Yeah. I just want to get to the next one to see it and what it does and looks like on the screen.
It's like, for me, I'm not making any friends right now, but I see these really cool creatures, and I'm like, cool, you've given them a lot of health, and you've made them kill me in one hit. Thanks. Yeah?
One more from me. What do you think about the return of the NES Museum?
I'm happy that he's back creating content the way he wants to create it.
But who's this Riff guy? I missed...
Well, he's Riff because the reason why he deleted his channel, and I have a whole podcast about it, is because he had a lot of personal issues, and YouTube was really getting in the way of his family, and it was costing him a lot of, you know, the connection with his family. He felt like he was completely losing it because of YouTube. And so if he ever came back, he said he wanted to be completely removed from it. He didn't want to make social medias, he just wanted to just maybe do YouTube videos, and him having a Rift character was separating himself from YouTube even further, or at least trying to. He never wanted to feel like he's on YouTube again. He wanted to feel like he's portraying a character on YouTube. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's his mental space of trying to separate the two so he can have his home life and he can have his YouTube career. So it's a shame the channel is gone. And now these videos are on a different channel.
So it's changed, so people know, it's changed to now Pixel Game Squad.
Yeah.
It was Superhero Game Squad, but then I think with the Retro Liberty game hunting style videos, they wanted to change the
Pixel
name
Game
back.
Squad. And he's made a ton. He's made like 7 in the last 2 weeks, so.
They're all incredible.
Yeah, they're great.
Right.
And we're both good friends with him, so I can say this as like, because he left it in video, he almost called himself Aaron in one of the parts. He's like, and then like, I was like, Riff! Like, hey!
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be hard when you make a new name for yourself.
Yeah.
Any other questions? How much time do we have left? Who hasn't got candy yet in their hands and wants candy, regardless of the question? Come get candy then.
Yeah, I mean, we're not taking this away.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so with Microsoft and Nintendo having more cooperation with one another, do you think that's going to lead to them allowing Nintendo to use some of their IPs, such as the rare ones that, you know, kind of
Funny enough, actually, yeah, that was the first thing I thought of with all of this coming out recently with them working together, because 64 Classic Mini or whatever, it's been like well past, like when the NES Classic was released to the SNES Classic, we knew about the SNES Classic way before now in relation to the distance it's been, if that makes sense. So I was always thinking, like, the only reason why we don't know about it is because they can't get these rare games, and how can you do a 64 Classic without the rare games? But around about the same time that partnership started forming, patents were filed for N64 controllers and stuff like that by Nintendo again. So I think that there is going to be that collaboration there of them letting them use games and letting them use them for the N64 Classic, which I think that's another really strong rumor floating around for the next Direct. I'm not sure if that is actually going to happen, but that's something that is floating around. So I think that the cooperation between them two right now is really interesting, and I'm really interested to see where it goes. But so far, I think it's very minimal, and yeah, not to get too excited about the future. Because right now it's just kind of like cross-play, and like that's pretty cool. But I guess no. I think we got to wait and see. But if the 64 Classic happens and they let them use their games, that'll be big, and that could lead to a lot of really big things down the line.
while you were answering that serious question, I realized how cool it is to try to skim the ceiling with candy.
What do you mean? Do it.
Like just barely like, oh no, I can go higher.
She seems okay. She's okay.
Any more questions?
Oh, jeez. All right, stop throwing candy. Yes, Patrick. Thank you, Patrick. Hello, Patrick. One of my craziest Patreons right there, Patrick. He's a great man. I love Patrick. I love you, Patrick. You're a great guy. What you say? Patrick, I just want to say, you haven't been around the chat in a while, the Patreon chat. You should really stop by sometime.
Patrick, ask your question.
I love you, Patrick. You are by far the best question. I love messing with Patrick. What's your question?
Top 5 worst Switch games you've ever played.
I mean, obviously WWE, which is now one of my most viewed videos, so thank you guys.
Troll and I.
Troll and I is really bad. Adventure Time, the most recent one for being an absolutely horrible port, which is a shame because it's a really great game, at least from what I've managed to play without it crashing on me. There's 3. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, the Switch games I played because I knew that they were gonna. You're
Right,
playing.
I'm playing a ton. I mean, there is a load. I get sent codes for eShop games all the time, obviously from developers trying to get their games to me, so I put them in a video, and some of them are just so bad. I mean, you see the quality. Oh, freaking Pure Electric Love. That game was obviously like the worst, and now recently they put 2 more on the eShop. But I get games like that sent to me all the time, like, hey, check out the game. There's another one. It was Energy Invasion, I think it was.
There's 5.
Where essentially there's like 5 dots on the screen, and they'll light up at different times, and you need to like connect them or something. But the background is just like space, and then you have these like blue orbs, and that's the entire game, and they try selling it for like $19.99. Like they throw some horrible stuff on that eShop. Like it's so bad at this point.
Probably have time for like 2 more questions, and then we have 1 more. Actually, this is a great game.
Well, we have Valkyria Profile 2.
Stunt race.
Valkyrie Profile 2.
All right, he's gonna go to the next 2 questions. So, lady.
I'm gonna fill it with candy.
This is for wood.
Go. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna pretend I'm wood for this part now.
Are you planning to marry soon?
What?
Are you planning to marry soon?
Am I going to?
I was already married, so sorry.
I mean, you know I'm engaged, right? You're not like asking for my hand in marriage or anything, are you, right now? We're trying to figure that out. I said summer next year. She said fall next year. Right now, we're trying to figure out somewhere else to live because we absolutely hate where we live. For those that
it's too close to Philly.
Seen the video, we're staying in the area, but that room that I film in is the biggest room in the house, and then we have a very tiny kitchen and a bedroom, and it's for us and 2 cats, so it just feels like we're smothered in there. So like step 1 right now is hopefully getting a bigger place, and then yeah.
Would you rather have a PS2 game or the Super Nintendo game?
Should I live stream my wedding?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she might kill me if I do that.
Last question back.
So, I know Scott probably has Wild Guns, but have you had a chance on the Switch to play the remake that they put, the Wild Guns remake?
I have Wild Gun Remake on the Switch and Wild Gun Remake on PlayStation 4, and they are both silly.
Well,
I have all 3, that's why I'm
Yeah, I'm getting around to it. I don't have I need the actual like original.
the PS4 version I've played, like when that came out, the Switch is the exact same, so as long as they didn't screw up the port, they didn't like add anything to it. But
Who wants the final present, which is a game?
it should go to the ES question.
No.
Oh, okay, it doesn't go to you.
You can
Sorry.
get that bloke one. We can get. This is full of candy. Okay, yes. Go on. You know who you are. Yes. What's your question?
The question is, which, in your opinion, which Zelda game is the worst?
Spirit Tracks or Fan Hourglass? Spirit Tracks or Fan Hourglass?
Definitely not fan. It would be Spirit Tracks.
Spirit Tracks.
Yeah.
Have you played that one? They're on the DS. Don't play them. They're so bad. I'm sorry if you like them, but they're so bad.
I mean, the freedom of the boat in Wind Waker was cool, but then to be stuck on train tracks.
The train tracks were so bad, and Phantom Hourglass I hated too because it was all revolving around one dungeon that you kept coming back to all the time, and it was just so repetitive. It was worse than the repetitiveness of Skyward Sword by a long shot.
Come get your game, lady.
Come get your game candy sandwich. I think we have like 2 more minutes right now.
Okay.
So if we have some like rapid fire questions like we can get through real quick, there you go. Then yeah, we'll do that. We'll start 1, 2, 3. We'll do those and I'll say goodbye. So you over there.
So, with the Mega Man X Legacy Collections being out on Switch, what are your thoughts on with the second collection being on a code like with the first Legacy Collection?
I hate the fact that like the Resident Evil collection on there, it was like that. If they're gonna take the time to even make one of them, then just either make 2 cards, split it up, I'll buy them twice or whatever, but don't give me a piece of paper.
I hate it, and it adds no value to it. Like at GameStop, I'm sure you know, like the day after the game came out, I was finding the game back in GameStop in pre-order for like $11 because it was just the first game, and it was hard to sell it because it was like half of it was missing because someone used the code already and then returned it.
If you're not, it basically just comes down if you're gonna make part of it on a cartridge, then just.
Which I didn't think about until now. And by the way, don't do it. But you can literally go and buy those, use the code side of things, and then return it the next day to GameStop and probably get your money back.
Depends on the store, probably.
Well, like, I'm going to test the code, bring a switch up real quick and see if they used it.
New games, there's a more strict return policy.
Wrap it up, guys. Let's go.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, all right. Next, who did I say was second?
The guy that made the mask of your face. What was the mask made out of?
It was one of those like clear plastic ones, and then he attached like fake hair as a weird mustache, and then like a wig on. Yeah, and then drew like replica.
Third question, last
Are you guys
question.
gonna stay and play Loteria?
What was that?
Are you guys gonna stay and play Mexican bingo with us too?
Oh.
They're busy.
I gotta go check to see if I made any money.
That's the thing.
I go to babysit in my booth and sell a couple. Hey, if you want a shirt, I have really cool shirts in my booth. Hey guys, thanks so much for hanging out and getting some candy. And don't go anywhere because OK Chief is going to do a panel next, and he's a really beautiful, wonderful man who I love with all of my heart. The sweetest man I've ever met from YouTube. Absolutely adorable.
Great hugs.